Hello everyone, welcome back. Titus Maximus here. We are continuing this Cuphead journey. We are on Inkwell Isle 2 and we are getting S rank on all the bosses. Our first stop is here at Candyland and we're going to fight the Baroness. But before we do that, we have to get rid of this jumping cupcake. A lot of it is the same as before. Jump on the pink jelly beans. I am using the roundabout and the lobber for this. With this cupcake, I like to stay on the ground, do the smoke dash to get out of the way, and soon he is gone. The Jawbreaker really doesn't take that much time to defeat before she sends out my next opponent, which is the Gumball Machine. I like using the lobber on him and a couple kablooies, and he's toast pretty quickly. Done. For her final stage, her candy palace turns into pure nightmare fuel. And to top it all off, she starts lobbing her heads at you, and that is heads, plural. But bounce off of the peppermint wheel in order to build up the super meter. The roundabout keeps trailing back and smacking her to continue to do damage. And I can give her a nice drink of milk. Maybe that'll help cool her off because she seems pretty hot-tempered right now. But just avoiding the heads, going down to the ground and back up on this floating platform gives me the knockout pretty quickly. A minute 33, 3 stars, and that gives me my first S rank for Inkwell Isle 2, and that's, golly, a perfect score! Right at the beginning of the Djimmi fight, I like to switch to my bombs and just rain down from above on him before switching back to my Gatling gun. Gives me some early damage. I do have the coffee equipped, so my super meter is always rising, so I get an early special before going to this column phase. I like to use the bombs on this. It destroys the columns pretty quickly, and the more faces that you destroy, the easier the next phase will be. So I try to get all of them during this time. Load up my super missile. It takes a few extra chomps out of him during this phase. Switch to my bombs and I just hover up top and rain down on him, and he's gone in seconds, retreating back into his sarcophagus. Now we knew that some parries were going to be coming from the Cuphead puppet, so I wanted to send a couple specials before hitting those parries and then bombing him. That wall of bullets that he has prevents me from going too close to his legs or anything, so I just need to be patient, and he's gone, and now I've got another super prepped for the beginning of this final stage. Boom, right in the kisser. It's pretty much more of the same when I'm directly in front of him. Want to shoot him with the Gatling gun. Rain down bombs up top. Couple specials and he is done. I did cut that time a little close at 1:56, but 336 and 3 stars gives me my S rank for Djimmi, and that is one less boss I have to worry about. Fighting Beppi. I still hate clowns. I don't like them. But I've got the lobber and the spread shot for him, and I did equip the smoke bomb because I do need a smoke dash in order to save my tail a few times during this fight. The lobber makes quick work of the bumper car phase. He's going to send out the balloon dogs. I like to use the lobber at the beginning just to kind of see where everything's coming from, and then I switch to the spread shot. If I keep the spread shot going, sometimes I pop the pink dog, and I don't want to. I want to build up my special for the next phase. Instant super milk on this horse phase. Now I need to try to get under him with the spread shot to do all the damage that I can. I don't have to worry about the train coming, but then when I get my special, I'm going to switch to the lobber and do a kablooey on him. Got to make sure I'm in the middle of this train, because if I get trapped underneath, then I'll take a hit. Final phase, spread shot right in the face, do as much damage as I can, but I do have to avoid that train. You're still going to send out the penguins with the baseballs. I want to drop down and try to eliminate a couple of them, so that way I'm not having to worry about all these projectiles and the train and these moving platforms all at the same time. Just one less thing to worry about. Build up my super meter some more, hit them with some super milk. And he's done. Once again, cutting it kind of close with the time, but it's all gold, and that means another S rank, and I don't have to worry about that stupid clown again. Of all the bosses, I thought Grimm Matchstick was the easiest. I switched to the pea sugar, the roundabout, and the lobber, but not much really changed from his normal mode and expert mode. So it's basically more of the same. Pea sugar let me automatically parry those rings. Have to make sure I get 3 of them because I'm not going to get any other parries throughout the level. I've already got my special. I'm just waiting for the proper time to do it so I don't fall to my death. And that first phase is already done. Same as regular or normal mode. The lobber just rains down massive damage. Listen for the fireballs to do their and just jump out of the way. I continue to try to stay on the top 2 levels of clouds, not dropping down at the bottom, and trying to avoid hitting those fireballs so they don't burst into that cross pattern. I do see him about to do his blowtorch, so it's a perfect time for some super milk. And that's a knockout. The lobber is just so helpful during this match. A much better time at 119 for a Grimm Matchstick. That gives me my S rank with all the other gold associated with it. And that just leaves one more boss. Wally Warbles, the big bird himself. He is a real pain. The eggs that shatter, now they have more projectiles, so you have to be more aware of where they go. I like to hover just a couple inches off the edge of the screen here. That prevents the shells from hitting me. And parry the pink birds as much as possible to go ahead and get a super. And we're already into the second phase. Trying to stay at head level while he's flipping out over here, so I can still do damage while avoiding the feathers. This is actually the easiest phase of this boss fight. It's just moving up, down, up, down, up, down to avoid these feathers. As long as you're constantly shooting, there's nothing else happening. Need to be pretty aggressive when it comes to Junior because those eggs will block my shot. So I need to get inside that circle and hit him as much as possible before they start closing in. Another parry, and I'm in there, but he is going to shoot a ray beam, so I'm going to parry that, then hit him with my special before backing out again. He's going to open up one more time. I'm going to make sure I get in close, hit him as much as possible, and we're on to the final phase. I mainly want to do death from above by launching the bombs, but I will switch to the Gatling gun if I need to get out of the way, and still do damage at the bottom of that stretcher. With that parry, my special is now ready. Make sure he's not going to cough up his heart again, and boom, right in the belly button. Parry the boot, gives me another special. Send a bullet to the butt, and he is done. That is a knockout. That is turkey dinner. Everybody's eating today. With a gold time, gold everywhere else, that means that it is the final boss done for Inkwell Isle 2. Please like and subscribe if you feel so inclined. If not, that's okay too. But we are going to be moving on to Inkwell Isle 3. Until then, Titus Max out.